Hi, everyone. Harry here to talk about today's late breaking news that Donald Trump apparently will not attend the E Jean Carroll trial that is beginning next Tuesday. So we really look to that at his next date with accountability. The judge this week told the lawyers, "I want to know if your clients are showing up." Roberta Carter, the very formidable lawyer for E Jean Carroll, said, yes, my client will be there the whole time. Joe Tacopina for Donald Trump said he likely will not attend. Point one, by the way, is that doesn't mean he's going to default. So, that had been some speculation, including on my part. Maybe he just doesn't show up because the trial looks so bad for him and moves to damages. Apparently not. Apparently there will be a lawyer in the well for Donald Trump, but no Donald Trump. You can imagine the inferences that a jury will draw and how warm and fuzzy they'll feel about a defendant in a defamation and sexual assault matter who doesn't even bother to show up. But check this out. Joe Tacopina asked the court, and he's had really no luck at all with Judge Lewis Kaplan to date. Could you please just instruct the jury, Your Honor, that Mr. Trump has a right not to be here, but the reason he's doing it is because of the logistical challenges to, basically spare the city of New York the kinds of difficulties that would ensue if he were to attend the trial. And Roberta Kaplan just totally had a field day with this. She said, look, first, we have all kinds of trials with notorious, terrorists, notorious folks in New York. It goes just fine. The logistics are just fine. They know how to do it. She also said, this is an interesting point. He said he'd only show up if he's called to testify. She said she's not going to call him to testify. She's going to use excerpts from the deposition. That means the only time he's going to show up, supposedly, if he's called to testify by the defense, which will be never. I've said before it would be a kamikaze mission on his part. So, leaving the prospect that he doesn't show up or just sort of saunters in for the closing arguments or whatever. I mean, the jury's going to have to despise him. But she says, look, if Mr. Trump decides not to appear at his own trial for sexual assault and defamation, the jury may draw whatever inferences it chooses. And by the way, I think she can argue it too. There's no reason she can't say he doesn't even show up. That's how much he cares about these, kinds of charges, etc. But then here's the killer. If Mr. Trump can find a way to attend wrestling championships, political conventions, and campaign functions, then surely he could surmount the logistics of attending his own federal trial for rape. So, and she can make the same argument to the jury. So we're looking at the proverbial empty chair come Tuesday, a killer case by Carroll and in her case in chief. And I wrote about this last week. It's in the LA Times. Anybody, by the way, who is a Patreon subscriber, now we're giving you those LA Times op-eds as part of it, so you don't have to subscribe. But I made the point that he's going to be very hard pressed to put his position in. Basically, if he doesn't testify, and just can't see how he could, all the things he's saying, about her and any denials he wants to make, it's not clear who can actually make them for him. So that he's, among other things, really putting himself in a jam. He must be assuming he's going to get clobbered at trial and decided for his own political reasons better not even to show up. But talk about showing, contempt for a plaintiff with serious charges. So that is the latest. The trial starts Tuesday. It looks as if Tacopina left a sliver of room, for Trump to parachute in at the last minute. Of course, if he does, he's probably got to stay for the whole trial. He's in a big fix. And if he doesn't attend, you can just imagine how a jury will react. So Tuesday, big showdown, and he will not be there, it looks like, and take the consequences. We will be following it closely, of course. I've mentioned this, been pointing to this for some time as a really potential serious hit on him. So we'll be watching, especially Roberta Carter, E Jean Carroll's really very solid courtroom advocate, do a case where there's no defendant in the room and see what she makes of it. Until then, talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.